Howdy, it's Michael. Kind of took a little break from posting there. I kind of got backlogged in footage. Let me show you what I've been up to. It's my Hummingbird rig. That's where I put my iPhone when I'm not holding it. And I get some great slow-mo. iPhone 10's got has a really great slow-mo camera that can do 240 frames a second at full 1080p. And I like to put it down there and get my Hummingbird feeder in the shot there, and then this is what I do with my camera. I just kind of leave it like that, and it'll go like that for an hour, and I'll fill up my memory cards on one battery. How I sift through that many images, which is close to like a third of a terabyte when they fill up, is the subject of a blog post I might do in Kinnelon Kodachrome or something. Yeah, I just wanted to explain. I started off, it's an interesting challenge with hummingbirds because their wings move so fast. If you want to stop the action, you got to get down to about like 8,000th of a second. That means that you have to be in direct sunlight. Also, they're small, so you need the depth of field of like an f8, if anybody's, not to get too geeky on it. Those are two very difficult parameters that push pressure on the ISO rating. The ISO is something that dictates the quality of the image. So if I'm gonna have a good quality image, I want it closer to 200 ISO instead of 2000, which is almost what I had to do to get 8,000th of a second and be in direct sunlight. My point is that you're pushing the limits of the camera system in a way that, there's just barely enough light hitting the sensor, so I have some interesting, it creates an interesting effect when you're really photographing more for the highlights than the shadows, and the shadows are kind of, the blacks are kind of crushed. But I still like the effect. Oh, and also, I was also trying to not get the Hummingbird feeder in the shot until I realized that that's silly. Any other photographer would know that's what I'm doing. I stopped trying so hard to keep it out. It was a nice feature. And then I started to realize that, you know what, I can lower the ISO rating and slow down the shutter speed to as slow as 60th or a 90th of a second, which is much, much slower than what I ever do when I'm capturing birds. The thing about hummingbirds is that they hover and they stay still for a bit. So if you don't want to freeze the action of the wings, but you can get a good solid shot at 60th or 90th of a second with some interesting blur effects, is what I found too. So, and then I get the ISO in direct sunlight and get the ISO. So hopefully that's what I'm doing now. I just got back from a walk and I could see that there was a hummingbird perch up there, so I'm pretty confident that I have some shots here, and I'll post them along with some others I've been taking this week, and I'll try and keep more regular. But I got to tell you, summer in Kinnelon is ridiculous. There's just so much to photograph here. There's so much to photograph. I simply got behind on my photo editing and selecting and sweetening photos. So sorry to go dark so long. I'll try to keep these more regular, and thanks for following the page. Like, share, follow. Michael Bateman with Just Look at Kinnelon.